Dogs and cats living together. That's hysteria. Wow! Can you dig it? Can you dig it? Can you dig it?
What's up, you cinema-loving freaks, and welcome back to the Lucid Nightmare. I'm your host, as always, Jay Schatzer, and today I have a fantastic, crazy, zombie/infected 80s flick. It is Vittorio Rambaldi's 1988 crazy flick. It is Primal Rage, and this one is just tons of fun and really out there and crazy. So let's jump right into the insanity. Here is Primal Rage. Primal Rage is a completely ridiculous and wholly ravenous late 80s sci-fi horror outing, brought to us with a huge emphasis on cheesy horror by director Vittorio Rambaldi, and written by Italian schlock maestro Umberto Lenzi. Drenched in timely silliness and filled to the brim with wacky character stereotypes plucked straight from the era, this insane and ludicrous production boasts a healthy dose of over-the-top, blood-inducing antics, and entertainingly witty banter that you'd come to expect from a fright flick from the tail end of the 80s. Visually grotesque in parts and just a whole hell of a lot of fun to experience, Primal Rage is a wild ride to say the least, and a great entry in the always outrageous era of no-holds-barred horror that the wild 80s were known for. The film follows a charismatic journalism student named Sam Nash and a plucky, gorgeous college co-ed named Lauren Dolly, as the two begin a budding romance after bumping into each other on the way to class. What starts out sweet soon turns sour, as Nash's friend and classmate Frank Duffy takes it upon himself to investigate Dr. Etheridge's super secretive experiments in his lab on campus, only to unwillingly be bitten by an infected primate, transforming Duffy into a virus-carrying, bloodthirsty maniac. Spreading like wildfire across the campus and mutating anyone unfortunate enough to be mauled by the rage-infused Duffy, can Sam, Lauren, and Dr. Etheridge contain the outbreak before the entire university goes tits up? Or have these happy-go-lucky college co-eds inadvertently unleashed a blood-rage plague of momentous proportions that just can't be quenched? Performed with unparalleled gusto and a healthy dose of fun, the cast of Primal Rage is a pitch-perfect portrayal of 80s silliness and standard cinema fun that was typically present in most every production of the era. Loud-mouth asshole jocks, too cool for school heroes, and big-haired hotties are all to be expected, and with Primal Rage, the production does not disappoint. They all jump headlong into the frightening fray, adding a great amount of fun, energy, and surprising heart to their individual characters. The main players of the pandemonium and the unsung monsters of mayhem are Patrick Lowe as Sam Nash, the fast-thinking journalism student and photographer turned infected monster slayer; Cheryl Arut as Lauren Dolly, the cute and innocent freshman fox whose first year at the college doesn't go exactly to plan; Bo Svensson as Dr. Etheridge, the brain trauma scientist and monkey meddler whose experiments proved to be quite rage-inducing and extremely problematic; Mitch Watson as Frank Duffy, Sam's scuzzy writer friend and fellow journalism student, whose bumbling nature and slacker qualities turns this quiet college town into a nightmarish hell; Doug Sloan as Lovejoy, the resident jock of the picture and the douchiest douche that ever douched. And last but definitely not least is Sarah Buxton as Debbie Gilbert, Lauren's haughty genius roommate and unfortunately gorgeous infected psycho. Across the board and in every way, shape, and form, the cast does a remarkable job with the silly material, and they each make their performances memorable and layered with fun, no matter how dire the film delves when shit really begins to hit the fan. Completely fun with its wild premise and without a doubt bizarre in all the qualities that us cult classic weirdos love, Primal Rage is an entertaining experience to say the least. With its practical makeup effects for the various infected maniacs and the gore-tastic ways in which the monsters of the picture wreak havoc across the runtime of the production, it all adds up to a tremendously fun night at the movies. It never takes itself too serious, much like any 80s production of the time, and the performances of the truthfully little-known cast are quite sympathetic and captivating when juxtaposed against such absurdity and strangeness. If you enjoy 80s horror movies that let the energy of the picture just run wild, and the characters of the flick just eat up the scenery with wild, reckless abandon, then you should absolutely get a kick out of this obscure and highly infectious cinematic oddity. In the end, Primal Rage is a bloody fantastic, rip-roaring horror romp that's as tongue-in-cheek as it is profusely, unapologetically insane. And there you have it, you infected creeps. That is the really fun and wholly entertaining 80s horror flick, Primal Rage. Just really, really insane, like I said. So many crazy moments, just a fun flavor throughout the whole film, and just one of those movies that you really love to sit down and just have a blast with. But guys, that is it for me today. Hope you enjoyed that one, and I hope you like what I'm doing here. If you do, please like and subscribe. And if you have time, leave a comment below because I love hearing from you guys. But until then, I will see you all at the next movie review. Take care.